I was 14 weeks pregnant, and already everyone said, "You're having a boy." By everyone, I mean the man behind me at the mini mart, my grandmother, and my across the street neighbor. The thing about being pregnant in Los Angeles, which is where I was pregnant, is everyone you meet is some kind of shaman, some kind of intuit, some kind of voodoo doll maker. 56 people looked me up and down, measured my aura, and said, "You're having a boy." I believed them. I was 20 weeks pregnant and I woke up in the middle of the night freaking out about circumcision. It's so savage, the snipping of the foreskin. But if I don't, the penis looks like an anteater. But it's a covenant with God. What do I care about covenants? But I'm a Jew, and with all the shit that has befallen our people, we need to stand proud. But what if I'm reducing my kid's sexual pleasure forever? How do we know anyway if his sexual pleasure is reduced? Seems like circumcised men feel plenty of pleasure. Maybe it's a good idea to reduce a man's sexual pleasure. Maybe that was God's idea, so he would focus more on the Torah. But my kid's not going to study Torah, I don't think. I can't have a child. The problem was I couldn't even ask his dad, because his dad came in a vial half the size of my pinky. Donor number 1234. That's his stage number, by the way. And I couldn't ask my partner. Well, I didn't have a partner. I made the mistake of telling my mom I was struggling with circumcision. What's the struggle? Well, I don't think it's necessary. Andrea, yucky stuff gets caught in there and it gets stinky. I said, how do you know that? My hairdresser told me. She said, Andrea, if this child is going to be Jewish, he has to be circumcised. Why? It's not like we practice any of the other Jewish laws. We don't even keep kosher. Abraham was asked by God to sacrifice his son. Mom, that's not your best argument. Okay, but you don't want your child to feel weird, and boys pee in front of each other, and you don't want him to feel strange. Well, that's true, and I don't want him to feel strange, especially if he's peeing a lot at the JCC. My dad, who was circumcised at 8 days, said that the foreskin has no feeling. I said, Dad, there is no way you can know that. He said, well, I know for a fact you don't need it. Like I wanted to be talking to my dad about his penis. At 36 weeks, I went to the Hollywood Birth Center where I elected to have my baby using natural childbirth. The midwife that day said, how are you? How are you feeling? I said, shitty. She said, how are you sleeping? I said, I'm not sleeping. I'm waking up in the middle of the night freaking out about circumcision. Don't do it. She got up and she grabbed all these pamphlets, materials. She's like, read how barbaric the practice is. I said, do you have any materials about the benefits of circumcision? I don't think there are any, she said. I looked down at the paper. One of them said, a botched circumcision could turn your boy into a girl. I never heard that one. I said, do you have anything about the, oh, I already said that, right? Yeah, okay. So I said, the issue for me is about identity, similar to being out as a lesbian. And she said, I understand. I said, are you a lesbian? I knew she wasn't Jewish. She said, no. I said, well, then you don't understand. I was 41 weeks, 5 days, 12 days late. At 3 in the afternoon, I felt my first contraction. Felt like I had to pee and poo. At 6 a.m., 15 hours later, it was time to push. I sucked at pushing. I felt my hips splitting. At 7:39, my midwife said, push. I said, pull. At 7:59, my vagina ripped my asshole, but I didn't care. And in one smooth motion, my baby was born. The midwife put the baby on my chest. I said, is it a boy or a girl? She said, look. I looked. I said, it's a girl.